Brother Malcolm said, education is the passport to the future.
It's the real talk. It's the real talk. Yo, it's that real talk, an in-depth conversation, breaking down how the past affects our situations. P. Brown, something critical for your conscience, not that daily nonsense, not swayed by the sponsors. Yeah, I'm black, but my perspective not biased. One God, one race, with a message that's timeless. Online with the message for the mass. It's time to unify or stay divided and distracted.
Brother Malcolm said, education is the passport to the future. What's happening, my brothers and sisters? I'm Percy Brown Jr. with Real Talk, coming at you all the way live. In about 5 minutes that is, so let's get down to the biz. And yes, this is the official launch of Real Talk. Real Talk will be a show coming from the perspective of old school hip-hop, black history, from the perspective of a black man. Yes, that's where we will be coming from, my brothers and sisters. So to get everything laid out and to give you context to where I'll be coming from, I have to lift up one of my brothers that I really looked up to and admired back in the days of old, and I'm talking about the late 80s and early 90s, and that's my man Ice Cube. He did an interview back in 1993 on ABC, and it's a lengthy interview, but I'm going to take about 4 components of that interview and really elaborate on what Ice Cube was talking about and bring it into today with a historical twist and to get us to really start thinking about what we need to do to become more critically conscious as individuals and as a community. So I'm going to hit you with the first part of the interview of Ice Cube on ABC back in 1993, y'all.
Is it authentic about all of Black America or just a segment of Black America? I mean, my concern is that white kids that are buying this stuff, a lot of the music reinforces negative stereotypes, that blacks are violent, that they disrespect women, that they kill each other, they use bad language, and that's supposed to be the black reality.
Well,
does that concern you?
That's just a result that we don't have a lot of media outlets, because the white community is way more violent than the black community on a bigger level. You're talking black violence, look at Bosnia-Herzegovina. You know, it's not a black face nowhere in there except in the UN. But and white people disrespect their women on a bigger level than black people ever could do. It's a white man that says, well, a woman only makes 71 cents when I make $1. You know, that's nothing black got to do with that right there. So the kids today are really not concerned on really white people endorsing who we are. We're not concerned about that in 93. And I think that we really need to refocus as a community and could care less who looks bad upon us, because it doesn't make a difference. White people have really never helped our situation. Matter of fact, they was founders in putting us in this situation. So their endorsement shouldn't matter in 1993.
Ice Cube, 1993, national TV on ABC. And he talked about a few things that I just want to go a little bit deeper on, right? He talked about the lack of media outlets in 1993. Where are we at today? The major networks barely have any shows positively portraying black people on their media outlets. We've got Blackish, I question the name a little bit, but they have had topics that have really hit on some heavy things to get us to start thinking as a community. But then on the flip side, when I see Fox with Empire, I question that a little bit. I started watching the first season, but I had to put down the poison, right? Because I just don't like how it's portraying who we are as a people, because we are much better than that. But where I'm situated in Wisconsin, there's a brother who started an online publication to raise the voices of people of color. It's Madison 365, and I'm just glad that I'm able to use this platform to bring real talk, because what I would like to do with this media outlet is to talk about things that will hopefully raise the awareness around black consciousness, because I think we really need to start thinking outside of the box and we want to improve the conditions of our community, and Ice Cube was speaking on that. Now, he also talked about violence, right? They put the question, is hip-hop promoting violence. No, hip-hop is not promoting violence according to Ice Cube. Ice Cube says that the white man has always had higher realms of violence when it comes down to what's been happening in the Middle East. President Trump, within 100 days of him being president, dropped the mother of all bombs in Afghanistan, right? That bomb is the thing that's closest to a nuclear weapon. He also bombed Syria. I know that there were things going on in the Middle East that pushed him to do that, but all right, let's talk dollars. Let's talk about the fiscal budget. He wants to increase defense spending by $51 billion, and we already spend 54% of the federal pie on defense. So what's really going on? But when we talk about violence in the media, it always wants to be the demonization of black people. But look at what the people in power are actually doing when we're bombing, and our priority is to spend more on defense spending than to spend on social programs. And then we want to talk about the disrespect of women. Q hit it right on the head, right, where he says the white man has been a bigger perpetrator of disrespect of women than black men. Black men, for one, have never been in a position of power to subjugate women to making 71 cents to the dollar against in comparison to a man, which was taking place in 1993. But you know what? Things have improved. Now it's 80 cents to the dollar, but there's still a 20% gap. So here it is, Ice Cube bringing you the real in 1993, but I don't know if we have that today. And I don't know why we didn't have Ice Cube be considered one of the black leaders back in 1993, because the other brothers that was out front during that time has not done much to improve our conditions. So here I am bringing real talk, bringing it from a spin of old school hip hop, bringing it from a spin of black history, bringing it from a spin of faith as a man of God. And last but not least, I'm also going to be coming from the political realm with the conversation. So I'm going to tie it all up, and that's going to be the perspective of one black man to the people who decide to follow Real Talk. That's all I got for this episode. The next episode will go a little bit deeper because it's going to be talking about the influence of hip-hop on white kids. And that's going to be a deep one, y'all. So that's all I got. I'm looking forward to connecting with you next week. This is Percy Brown signing off with Real Talk. Peace out, and Godspeed to the change we want to see.
Real Talk is a subsidiary of Critical Consciousness LLC, a company that helps schools, systems, and companies innovate with a focus on diversity and inclusion. Real Talk is brought to you in part by Madison 365, executive producer of Real Talk, Terrence Jackson, CEO of Up Next Marketing Incorporated. Intro song performed by Keon Andre of Cadence Music Group and produced by Greg Dobie of Unideck Media Group. Follow Percy Brown at www.percybrown.org or on Facebook and Twitter at Percy Brown Jr.